Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and before we begin this video I want to say thank you for the support that you've given me, and if you're yet to subscribe, kindly do so. This is part 1 of a 3-part series that I've done on the art of full course meals. So here's the thing, I am Kenyan and so I am going to speak on behalf of Kenyans. So every time someone invites you over, or when you get invited to an event, or when you do actually invite someone to your place, more often than not, we prepare buffet meals for our guests. While this is good, for some reason nobody ever thinks of full course meals. It's like we all decided that they belong to the 5-star hotels and that they're hard to make and we just can't have that in our homes. And it is for this reason that I made this series, to bring full course meals to light and let you know that you can actually have this in your home, and I assure you that this will be one of your best experiences yet. In short, what I'm trying to say is, kama umechoka kukula chapo kidogo imeingia kwa soup ya watermelon juu umezoea buffet, please stay tuned for the entire series. So welcome to the art of full course meals. How to become the host with the most. Now, when you decide to prepare a full course meal, the most important and crucial part is in the preparation stage. If you go wrong here, then everything else goes south. The first thing you want to do is to come up with a menu. When you're coming up with the menu, you need to first decide how many courses you want. The most basic course is a 3-course, where you'll have a starter, the main meal, and the dessert. A practical example of a basic 3-course meal would be having something like mushroom soup with bread as starter, followed by pilau with a side of kachumbari and, let's say, steamed cabbage as the main course, and then a fruit platter for dessert. One of the good things about preparing full course meals is that there's literally no limit to how far you can go. You can even make 20 courses if you want. I was preparing a 5-course meal where we had the starter, appetizer, a fruit plate, the main course, and the dessert. As you plan the menu, you want to consider your guests' preferences. If there are foods that they are allergic to or they do not like to eat, you want to omit these from the menu. Also, you want to include their favorites. For instance, in this case, my guests, one of them reacts to honey and the other one does not like the taste of butter, and neither do they like the taste of milk. So I made sure not to use any of those as ingredients in all my recipes. Now, sitaki kuwaingililia sana, but you know, that got me wondering, kwani what's their exit plan? Like, you see the way they say heaven is the land of milk and honey and butter, so if they don't eat that form, washamwa wanaenda hell na watu wambi. Now, after coming up with the menu, the next thing that you want to do is to create a detailed shopping list. Include every single vegetable that you need to use, every single fruit, every single protein, and also the spices. When you go shopping, make sure that you do not buy anything in excess so that you do not have a lot of leftovers, especially after you're done cooking. Also, make sure you write everything down and have a shopping list, because this is going to help you not to miss out on anything. Hautaki ufike kwa nyumba and then you're like, hey, I forgot salt, I forgot tomatoes, I forgot, we don't want that. Now, after you've gathered all your ingredients, the next thing that you need to do is obvious. You need to find where you kept your pots, ensure they are clean.
Why? Who are you? Who is this? Why are you passing between my and me? What is this? What is this passing? You are passing. Where are you going?
As I was saying, just before I was rudely interrupted, by the way. Anyway, now the next thing is to prepare your meats. You cut them, you marinate them, you put them in the fridge, and then you also chop the vegetables so that they are ready. You make sure everything is ready for cooking. Another great hack is that you can actually pre-measure your spices and store them somewhere, so when you're cooking, you just put them in. Now let's get to my best part. This is where things get exciting, the actual cooking process. Now, you want to be very careful with this when you're preparing full course meals. You need to identify the meals that take longer to prepare and start with those. For example, if there's a meat that you need to bake, the first thing you need to do is to put it in the oven. The other thing, if maybe let's say you're preparing a soup, some soups require you to first roast the vegetables and blend them before preparing the soup. For instance, on this day I was making butternut soup. So this is one of the soups that require you to bake the vegetables, and I made sure that they are baking before I started any cooking process. This preparation makes your work very easy, especially if you're cooking alone. If you want to make the process even much easier for you, when you're preparing your menu, be keen on the cooking methods of each course. For instance, it is not advisable to have 2 meats that you need to bake in the oven. This is because by the time you're done cooking, you may find that there's still some more meat that you need to bake. So you make sure like there's something, the first course you can be cooking on the stove, the other course you'll be cooking in the oven, the other one you cook in the microwave, and so on and so on. This makes it easy for you, such that by the time you're done, everything is ready and warm at the same time. If you can, clean as you cook. Full course meals usually require you to use a lot of ingredients, and by the time you're done cooking, you may get overwhelmed with everything if you did not consider this. Also, avoid distractions at all costs. This is because most probably you're going to have several meals cooking at the same time. You do not want to burn anything, and you don't want to overcook anything. But this does not mean that ati usipige story na watuko nao. You can give stories, but you make sure you concentrate for the best outcome. Now, for reference, this is the menu that I prepared for my guest on this particular day. For starter, we had a creamy butternut soup that I served with bread. The appetizer was brown sugar barbecue wings and also some plain baked wings. Then we took a break from all the eating and had a fruit plate that comprised of oranges, raspberries, green and black grapes. Now, for the main course, we had stir-fried beef and coconut rice. And lastly, for dessert, we had breaded sweet banana that I topped with vanilla ice cream and some sweet syrup. I think it was orange syrup or something. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode where we will explore more surrounding full course meals, and I'll give more tips and why I still choose them. Any day, anytime. Bye bye for now, and thank you for watching.